Alright guys, so here's the new tin of Crosman Premier pellets, the hollow points 14.3s. You can see how new and shiny these are if you've seen the last video. Right off the mold there. So, going down the rabbit holes that I do, I have a little experiment that I want to try, and this hit me as I was making that video. So JSB pellets, if you've ever ordered these or H&N, if I remember correctly, they have a seal around the seam here when the lid's screwed down on tight. They have a seal around it. You take the seal off and you open it up, and what do you see? You see a foam pad, at least in the JSB pellets. So with that said, a lot of people believe that that pad is for shipping, and if that was the case, and here's my valid argument against that, why would they put the foam pad on top of the pellets if the pellets are always sitting, or the way the tin would sit would be the bottom of the tin, not, they wouldn't have the lid on and open the bottom of the tin that way like this. You wouldn't have the lid screwed on, flip it over like that and open it, that'd be the top. That's not how they made them, or made them to open, I guess. So the reason why I'm bringing this up is because the foam padding, and my experiment is based off this. And like I said, if you watched the last video, this hit me about this because of these coming right off the dies being made, the molds, fresh pellets. And what happens is these, shot extremely well as soon as I opened them off, open the lid, open the package, got them in the gun and shot them at 50 yards. And what happens is, again, if these get sit on the shelf too long or in storage and then get to the store and people buy them, there's no exact way to know how long they've sat there, or sat period, after they get off the die or the mold before you buy them. Whereas these pellets, again, JSBs, have this foam padding in there. So again, shipping, if they were shipping it, if they thought, you thought that this pad would be there for shipping, why wouldn't they have a pad on bottom? So that's my valid argument for that, number one. Number two, my experiment is based off this right here, what I'm seeing. This foam pad is acting as like a wicker or a moisture barrier, oxidation barrier, to keep off the pellets. If you think about it, the lid goes on like that, the pad sits on top of the pellets. So the moisture would have to go through the lid down onto the pellets to cause oxidation. So this little experiment that I'm doing is taking these fresh Crosman pellets here right off the die again, and I don't know how long it takes for them to oxidize. I just know that they're fresh because I've never seen them look like this before, guys. I've never seen them be this fresh before. So what I'm taking here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a couple in empty tins, take two fresh pellets, put in each tin, just like so, and I'm going to let them sit for a week. And I put a paper towel, a fresh paper towel in this one, guys, and use it as like a moisture barrier, because it'll absorb anything in the air and keep these pellets from getting oxidized somewhat, compared to the pellet being naked out in the open. So I'm just going to let these sit for a week. It is June 19th right now, so I'll check on these next Friday on the 26th. And you can see there's nothing in this tin. And I'll let these sit and see what happens. And I'm thinking that my theory, behind this would be somewhat correct, because again, if these pellets had this foam in here for shipping, why would they not have one on the bottom, guys? I mean, that doesn't make any sense to me if that's the reason that they say it's for. But I don't think it is. It's more of a microfiber foam. Kind of like a micro allergen air filter in your furnace. You know, it collects all the particles, all the things that you don't want to breathe. And if something gets on these pellets and makes some imperfections and oxidation on them, they won't shoot good, as I've proven before. So, all right, well, let's give it a week, and I'll add on to this video and be back with you. All right, it's been a week later, guys. Friday the 26th of June. So here's my 2 pellet samples. So one of them had just raw pellets that were new but not sealed or anything. Here's the pellets that I put in with the paper towel to keep the air dry in the tin, moisture free. And I'm going to get a close-up. Look at this, guys. Same exact, woo, that's nuts. Same exact pellet out of the same exact tin, and one sat in a tin by itself, the other one sat in a tin with a piece of paper towel to capture the air and humidity. If that's not oxidation, I don't know what is. So, well, I hope you guys appreciate this video. I thought that was very interesting. You know, the longer those pellets sit, the longer oxidation gets to them if they're not sealed properly, or if there's not a moisture or wicker barrier. That is, to me, crazy how I found this out. You know, again, going back to the video of, Crosman pellets being the best pellet of the summer 2020, because the pellets have to be made brand new right off the die, because they're out of them at the local stores. So anyways, guys, thanks again, and we'll see you on the next one.